Post, you can see Dave Oliver quite a few times, I think, in here, just on the first one that's on here. Because he brought up about 64-bit Visios and stuff. So you can get questions and answers and stuff posted. So we can reply in here and say, Dave, please quit answering questions. We're not.
You don't have to do that.
So it's kind of nice though, posting things. Trying to find some new ones.
You know, one of the things I was curious about is you know, I get the emails when they update stuff.
Right.
But yet, when I go to it, if I go to my email and then click on that to view the discussion, I can get to it. But if I try to log in
This way
without knowing what I'm looking for, give you an example. There was a discussion, I had posted something on the Tritium security thing, and I did not know that someone else had posted something, but they called it Niagara. So he got his question answered by Chris Lane, or one of the guys, and it was an excellent description. And so I went back into mine. I couldn't even find it in the community. And I went back into mine and told them that it was in this particular post that it got answered. But it never was somewhere I could see. Now, if I did a search, then it would come up. But
I was going to say the only way I know is to do a search.
Yeah, do a search, but not by itself. I can't figure out where some of this stuff.
And the email notifications that you get though?
Yeah, the email notification, I can get to it. But if I go into the community directly, I can't find it without knowing what I'm looking for. It's weird. It's kind of like it's drilled down so far, you can't get to it.
I'm not sure they will have to look.
Yeah, it's just, you know, I'm sure eventually somebody will say something. How come?
Not sure. I'm gonna jump back out.
Okay.
We'll try a different page.
Or you're gonna
Just try it again and see if these are posted. May not have it.
If you're already in the community, I'm surprised it's asking you for a page. That's what kind of throws me.
Yeah, I would just love how they keep changing windows and everything all the time. If they were stockbrokers, it would be called churning.
Just think, rich get richer and poor get poor.
Yeah, there's a good article about Silicon Valley about that.
Well, we'll come back to that in a minute. So, the other things that I wanted to talk about real quick. But on that connected community, you guys may want to get that set up, or ask Angie, and then we'll get you guys set up on it too. This helps you a lot. The Asset Tool. The Asset Tool is another software that we have to offer for anybody that wants to use it. The new release is 1.2, and the reason for it, it's going to, a couple different things, allows you to add user-defined products to your project. So before selling Johnson products, this is more or less to be about adding JCI products. But now you can add maybe a Blimo or different things to it, to your products too. So, the default asset file name is now the project name, which is kind of quirky, nothing big. Order the bill of material queries no longer include the budget items. Roll-up material and equipment details now only include valid parts. And there were some data issues with budget costs. So that's good. I am going to go out to the asset tool real quick.
So they fixed a few of the.
Has everybody seen the asset tool? I know some of you guys have. So is everybody using it? Some of you guys are. Yeah, you guys. You want me to tell you a little bit about asset tool then? We'll just kind of do it real quick, just so everybody knows what it is. Okay, yeah, because it's pretty cool. So the asset tool is, again, is used to, and again, even touch up here to commit, to pretty much put submittals together. And what it allows you to do is do from valve schedules, your damper schedules, your bill of material, from sequence of operation, drawings, everything on a project. Stuff that literally would take me sometimes a couple weeks to do, you can do in a couple hours. If you really know the program and get through it, and it's a very simple program. But to put all that stuff together on a job, that's huge. The other big things about this too, to me, is that even if you're trying to work up a job real quick, a lot of times they say, or someone calls in, or whether you went out and looked at the job site and you're sitting down writing all your notes down, you got, outside air temp and return temp on this air handler, and mixed air dampers and VFDs, and you're writing all those things down, which is great. But if you don't know your controllers and how much points there is on a controller, so next thing you know, you're saying to myself, well, I got 6 analog inputs on this controller, I'm writing all these things down, and if you miss any of those things, you kind of missed your bid. With this, it allows you to help even on bidding purposes, because you're gonna put in all those quick, simple things. I've got mixed air discharge, all those things, and it's gonna tell you what controller you need, and all that. How many inputs and outputs, what controller you need, so you don't miss controllers, you don't miss expansion modules, you don't miss sensors. So for bidding purposes even, it's a great tool too. So they are still working. One other thing on this is it works up all your material, it does work up your cost. The one thing it does not do yet, and they are working on it, is the labor part. It does not do your labor for you. You can do it through some copy and paste out to some Excel spreadsheets, or a lot of guys already have their own estimating stuff, so you can do it that way. But as far as just right now, it only does material. So the asset tool, just real quick, to do a project, I won't even get into some of the little things, but add a system. There's a couple of things you can do up here. It says ABCS configurable, and also network. So network is your front end stuff. So you don't even know what some of those things are. Do we need, we went out and looked at a building, we want to have a building automation system front end. It's got some VAV boxes, an air handler, and some rooftop units. We know that the customer wants to bring all this through into a web-based system, so we need a supervisor controller. We need a Tritium World, a Jace box of ours, it's an FX 2040 or 60. So you just say supervisor controller, and then you can actually pick, what sizes you need. So and it kind of helps you just realizing what maybe the building. If 20 is for smaller buildings, the 60 is for medium size, and 70 for larger buildings. Or if you've got a small building with a lot of controllers, you may want to do a 70. So you can just say, I need a 60. Do you want to include a panel? Do you want it to come inside of a panel? Ours you can get already mounted in panels. Again, you can get all our regular controllers mounted in panels too. If you need any I/O modules, that kind of stuff. It already comes with the N2 bus, but if you want to add some other drivers, Modbus, I know these are being added too in here, but they're just not updated, but they all will be. From the Carrier to the Andover, McQuaid drivers. So if you need some extra drivers, maybe you're retrofitting a job. Say right now we just need that. Right away as you're doing this, it actually builds your bill of material. So it gives you the part number, description, and everything you need. So it's very simple.
Question on the 1.2.